So moving on from there to your young AAU days, what were those summers like for you? And obviously the Wilson Kings, y'all had a crazy all-star team, crazy run. For those AAU days, those young AAU days, what teams or coaches had the most impact on you, and how were those AAU days like for you?
You said it, the Wilson Kings for sure. Coach Cree, one of the realest out of Wilson.
Yeah, for sure.
To this day, I see much respect for Coach Cree. His wife, Miss Lorraine, and Jamila's son. Dude, Coach Cree, he taught a lot of us.
Right.
I got it from home too, but just being with him, his practices were pretty much closed practices.
Right.
But for that hour and a half with him, it was just you locked in. I mean, It was. I don't know what boot camp feels like, but it was almost like that. But at the same time, it was basketball.
Right.
But at the same time, like you said, he was teaching us how to be men. Like you said, toes on the line. He said on the line, your toes were on the line. Like, if you were on the line, all right, don't worry about it. We about to do wall sits.
Right.
What? We go to AAU tournaments with him. Pregame, like, I'm riding with my mom. Get out of the car pregame, like, Coach, I'm still getting my stuff out of the car.
Right.
But we lined up shortest to tallest with our bag over the right shoulder.
Right.
The flops on, and we just walked in uniform.
Right.
But to me, that was intimidating the other team. They're like, yep, this team coming, they already ready. All we got to do is put our shoes on.
Right.
But like you said, Coach Cree was definitely a good inspiration with AAU, with travel ball, I would say. The players that we had on the teams that I played, and the situation with me, I played this year, I didn't play the next year. My mom, you know how travel ball is when it comes to finances. And it was like, if he wants you to play, he'll come get you. Like, that's how my mom was. But I understood that. I mean, my dad helped out, but it was like, my mom was like, I got to work, and then I got to take you, to Greensboro or somewhere to practice.
Yeah.
So Coach Cree didn't, all right, I got you. Where you at? I'm in Elm City.
Right.
He'll come pick me up in the van. But he did that for not just me, but other players.
Right.
And like you said, that kind of kept us in the game of basketball. Like you said, it kept us out of the streets or doing something crazy.
Right.
But the Wilson Kings was definitely the foundation of all of us starting to play basketball and getting to that travel ball experience. But then after that, we all kind of split. Not saying we outgrew him. I just think I think he wanted us to go out on our own.
Right.
I mean, we had players go to the Charlotte Royals, the Gators.
Right.
And it was not saying we outgrew the Kings. It was more of an exposure type thing.
Right.
So by that time, I had kind of almost basically retired from travel ball.
Right.
And then Jared Hinton and Brian Richardson, they both were playing with CP3, and they were like, hey, man, you should come do this tryout. I was like, all right. Of course, my mom said, you can get you a ride. You can go.
Right.
I ride up there to Winston-Salem, and like you said, I ended up making the team. And now that team, now you're starting to, it's different. It's levels. Now you start to see levels in it. And you're talking Reggie Bullock, Tayshawn Mabry, Josh Pittman. You're talking about a shooter. Like Josh Pittman can shoot the ball.
Yeah.
C.J. Harris, top point guards at Wake Forest. Now he's still playing overseas.
Right.
C.J. Williams still playing overseas. A guard at NC State. I don't know. Reggie Bullock.
Yeah.
I mean, UNC.
Right.
Like, that team was loaded. But just for me to be on that team, Brian Richardson the same way.
Right.
South Carolina. For me to be on that team, I'm like, all right, cool.
Right.
I don't have to start. I just come off the bench. But that's where I learned, like, there's guys all over the state that can play. Because that team was mostly in North Carolina.
Right.
Like, matter of fact, all our players were in North Carolina.
Right.
But it just taught me, like, just being good over here in little Wilson County.
Right.
Don't mean you good, because we got guys in Mecklenburg County, Forsyth,
across the whole state,
Lenore County, Kinston, that want to do this. They want to get paid to play basketball. So that from Wilson Kings, So now it's like I got to go harder.
Right.
And just being a part of that team, that was Coach Pop, Coach Andy Pop. I'll never forget Coach Pop. I mean, I see him to this day. He's still coaching with CP3 now.
Okay.
But we ran some good stuff.
Yeah.
We ran some good stuff.
You learned a lot.
Josh and Reggie, man. Set Reggie, set Josh. We knew they were going to get a three. I mean, I was setting the screen, and we had Xavier Nixon, a big lineman that went to Florida. He ended up playing with the Colts. When he set the screen on you, it's over.
Right.
I'll never forget. In tryout, I ran into him. I was picking up somebody full court, and they didn't call the screen out. That's why it's important to call out screens. And I turned, and I hit that wall. I probably had a concussion, but back then we didn't care.
Right.
But Xavier Nixon was a monster. But Coach Pop, we ran a lot of good sets with Coach Pop. Like I said, the CP3, that was my. I only played with 2 teams, Wilson Kings and CP3. But CP3 was right before the circuit and all that happened. But we went on a nice. Our schedule was a nice little tour of the United States, pretty much.
Right.
And we finished it off in Vegas and Phoenix.
Right.
Played a lot of time.
I'm about to say, got to see the world too.
Yeah, and like you said, by playing with those guys, it got me ready, for college.
Right.